you. Amen. Hallelujah. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is in the house. This is Dr. Ron, host of Dr. Ron Unfiltered, Uncensored. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I welcome you with an attitude of gratitude. We've talked about grateful people are happier. They have more of those good, loving oxytocin hormones, more serotonin. It is just incredible way to lead your life. Ladies and gentlemen, because of what happened last week, last week we talked about the Ohio disaster, and apparently YouTube didn't like what I had to say about it being a nuclear, almost like a city of the Palestine being nuked, and they actually took that show down off of YouTube. But be that as it may, starting today, we're going to start just having some interesting facts for you to help you be the CEO of your own body so that you can have more control. We're going to talk a little bit today about, how sleep affects you, and are you a morning person, and how you react to it, and two other things. One about retinopathy, and I thought a second one we'll talk about is about hearing loss, huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, they say your eyes are the windows to your soul. But it turns out they may also be a window to your chance of having a stroke. So there was a study done on 5,000 adults. They found that the disease called retinopathy, disease of your retina, can increase your stroke risk. So this retina disease takes place in the retina, which is the light sensing tissue in the back of your eye. And you've heard about retinal detachments and how serious that can be, and how that has to be treated immediately, if not sooner. But as retinal diseases progress, they can cause the blood vessels in your eye to leak, and cause other disturbances with your vision and lots of dark spots. But if you have that, you could also be looking at a stroke. The important thing to note about retinopathy is that it's more prevalent in folks who have diabetes and heart disease. This means that in many cases, stopping the disease, brings down your chances of having the complications. And as we talked about a couple of weeks ago with Dr. Jerry Smith, epigenetics plays a major role. That's lifestyle changes. So it's important to lead a good, healthy, wholesome lifestyle, mind, body, spirit. Get regular eye exams. Annual eye exams are a good way so that the inside of your eye can be looked at, so they know what's happening, because they are a window to your soul. And the retina and the blood vessels can be examined. And that examination should ensure that any irregularities are caught early and that you can be treated to maintain good eye health. And there's lots of different new tests that are present today that were not even been able to be done last year. And of course, if you're leading a good, healthy lifestyle, that means you're getting a good vitamin supply. Vitamin B1, by the way, is known to support eye health. There's other ones like lutein, but I'm not here to tell you to take vitamins. I'm here to tell you to have a good, healthy lifestyle. And if you or a loved one have been diagnosed with retinopathy, continue to work for the best treatment approach and to keep lowering your stroke risk. The other thing is, as we get older, we don't like to admit it, right? A lot of things we don't like to admit as we get older. That's hearing loss. That's something else you cannot outrun. And so if you find yourself saying, say that again, or you don't have the television high enough, that's why I can't hear it. But if your hearing is starting to slip, you want to take care of it, because it's not only your hearing loss that affects you, it's other things. There was a study at Johns Hopkins, the School of Public Health, the Bloomberg School of Health. They found that hearing loss, especially in seniors, well, that's most of us that listen to this program, speeds up physical decline and reduces mobility. Did you hear that? Hearing loss speeds up physical decline and reduces mobility. They found that older adults with hearing trouble have poorer balance, and none of us, as we get older, want to fall. We have worse walking endurance and faster declines in overall physical function compared with those with normal hearing. But the study also found that folks who protected their hearing, yes, even wearing hearing aids, are more likely to be stronger and healthier. In other words, sustaining your hearing will ultimately improve your overall health as you age. I know a lot of you don't want to hear anything about hearing aids, but they are a great tool to combat hearing loss. There's now over-the-counter hearing aids. I don't know a lot about them, but there's a lot of Costco, Sam's, and other doctors' offices will get that have free hearing aid tests. And of course, if it's really bad, you'll need cochlear implants. But we're not, the purpose of me today is just to tell you that your hearing is not only, your hearing loss will not only affect your hearing and your ability to understand. There's been also other studies that show it affects your cognitive ability. But now your balance and mobility can be affected, your stamina. So it's something you want to have, you or your doctors want to look into and take care of it, because it's important for your health. So when you wake up in the morning, do you think you have control of that? Some people are up and at 'em, right? And some people feel sluggish and groggy. Some people say, I'm not a morning person. But just like epigenetics and lifestyle changes can affect your genetic expressions, so can lifestyle changes affect your morning alertness. This study was done, Nature Communications was the journal, but it was done with a lot of people and even some twins. Okay, they used tracking devices and blood sugar levels throughout the day. Really pretty good study. Okay. And one of the things they asked are, do morning people actually exist? The results reveal a lot about what might really be at play when it comes to morning grogginess and lethargy, tiredness. There were 3 factors that affected morning alertness more than others. One was sleeping longer and later into the morning. Second was eating a breakfast high in complex carbs but low in sugar. And lastly, getting exercise the day before. Got that? 3 things. And these are all independent factors. So that means just doing one of them could help you help you to hit the ground running in the morning. So get up and at 'em. And let's get to be a morning person. So what's the sleeping in business? Well, considering that the majority of individuals in our society are not getting enough sleep during the week, sleeping longer on a given day can clear up some of that sleep debt that we carry around with us. So if you want to wake up and hit the ground running, waking up earlier than usual may not be your best strategy. A better strategy may be to sleep in a little later and maximize productivity from that point on. And of course, we've talked about sleep, and it should be dark. There should be no EMFs, and you can use melatonin as a sleep aid and use blue blocking glasses. So now, so you can sleep a little longer and get and sleep in a little bit and then get your day going. And exercise. Well, it seems like exercise benefits nearly all aspects of our health, right? We talk about it no matter what we're talking about: high blood pressure, obesity. Exercise is important. It's important to our health and wellness, and it's also important to morning alertness. One of the study authors said in a statement, "It may be that exercise induced better sleep is part of the reason that exercise the day before by helping sleep that night leads to superior alertness throughout the next day." So stay active. Okay, you'll get a better night's sleep and you'll be more alert the following day. And our mothers always told us, eat a good breakfast. I know some of you do intermittent fasting, and if that's working for you, that's good. But this study showed that out of all the breakfasts tested, a breakfast rich in complex carbs and moderate protein led to the best morning alertness and sustained that alertness throughout the day. The study showed that, quote, a breakfast rich in carbohydrates can increase alertness so long as your body is healthy and capable of efficiently disposing of the glucose from that meal, preventing a sustained spike in blood sugar that otherwise blunts your brain alertness. So what that means is if you're eating complex carbohydrates, they are absorbed slowly. They have a low glycemic index, sugar being 100, white potatoes being 100, white rice being 100. So these would be in the 60 to 50 range. So they're not absorbed rapidly, so they won't cause that insulin to spike and your blood sugar to drop and you get hungry again. So the study takeaway, what? Well, the takeaway has to say that a morning person has more to do with your lifestyle than your genes, right? If you struggle with grogginess in the morning and you want to improve your alertness, well, sleep in, exercise, and eat a healthy breakfast. And stick to a regular sleep schedule. That's pretty key to feeling alert the next day. Some people say, what's high protein? Well, the standby is always eggs, cottage cheese, smoked salmon, oats, right? Eggs have 6 grams of protein per normal size egg. Greek yogurt has 17 grams of protein per 3/4 of a cup. You can look all this stuff up. It's really important to have a good amount of protein along with those complex carbs. So, ladies and gentlemen, our new format will be to give you news that you can use throughout immediately, but we will have next week Tobias Siegel, and we will be talking about ozone because of all the work that was done by Nobel Prize winner Dr. Warburg, who said that you really can't have cancer if you have oxygen present. So there's one way to get oxygen into your system using an ozone generator. Myself, Dr. Jerry, and most of our friends and relatives have these generators. It takes a little bit of learning, but not too much. But we'll have Tobias next week. And we're going to be talking about the medicine of the future, which is really here today. We're going to try and break down how you heal with frequencies, how you can restore balance and harmony to your body with frequencies. These frequencies can be delivered with magnetic strips, crystals, sound. So they're energy, and they can stimulate healing. It's been used for centuries. We've had a couple of programs on it. Have been well received. Sound waves, there's lots of them on YouTube now. They can be used to stimulate your body's healing process. There's some patches out now and some that stimulate stem cells. Now, instead of getting a stem cell injection, wouldn't it be nice to be able to use the frequency that stimulates stem cells, especially the kind that can form into any organ in your body? You know, there's frequencies that can reduce inflammation and pain. And there are other frequencies in a higher range that can stimulate your immune system. Sound waves can be used to reduce stress. You know, there's a lot of machines out there you can play soothing music. Can even help with depression. And a lot of you that are using the red light therapy now, light waves can be used in healing with frequencies. Different colors of light can be used to target different areas of the body. For example, red light can be used to reduce inflammation, while blue light can be used to stimulate the immune system. You know, they have that disease called SAD, seasonal affective disorder. If you live in the northern part of the United States and you don't get a lot of sunlight, you can get depressed in the wintertime, and they have lights for that. That's why they say light therapy can also be used for depression, anxiety, and chronic pain. And these pulse electromagnetic fields now can be used to transmit healing frequencies. And they can be used in a targeted approach to help restore balance and harmony to our bodies. Especially those that are experiencing chronic pain, fatigue. Healing with frequencies, ladies and gentlemen, is a powerful way. It's an effective way to restore balance and harmony to our body. So we'll be talking about the medicine of the future, which is here today, using sound waves, light waves, and other forms of energy frequencies that can be used to stimulate healing and promote well-being. So if you're interested in this type of learning, drop me an email at docronradio@gmail.com, and hopefully we'll have different practitioners that are qualified in this field. A lot of them will be acupuncturists and quantum healers, quantum frequency healers. But that's where the Dr. Ron Unfiltered, Uncensored podcast will be heading in that direction. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. We have Freddie singing the opening and closing number to this podcast. So we'll have Freddie take us home.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for today. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in.